The Immune System by Agustin Alban and Ray Shaw. The immune system is a system of organs designed to keep us safe and keep us alive in case an infection or a pathogen invades. The immune system is composed mainly of 6 organs that are placed all throughout the body. Here is the description of roughly where they are placed. You have the tonsils and adenoids, the spleen, bone marrow, the Peyer's patches, thymus, and lymph nodes. They all have different functions, and here they will describe. The thymus, when you are born, it's fully developed and it doesn't do much after puberty. Its main function is to turn thymocytes into T cells. T cells will be very important later on. T cells also learn the difference between body and foreign objects. This is its shape, and it's much smaller and is located between the 2 lungs. The spleen filters blood and destroys old or damaged blood vessels. It contains specialized T cells. It is shaped kind of like a bean, and it is located in the stomach. It's very important that the blood is kept clean because that is how most nutrients travel through the body. The next organ is bone marrow. It's not really an organ, it's the stuff inside of the bones. It's very important, it's almost vital because it produces hematopoietic cells which later turn into blood cells. White blood cells, lymphocytes, and B cells. White blood cells are very important in the immune system, and that is where it's located. It's inside most bones, but not all. Peyer's patches are very interesting. They are bundles of lymphatic tissue, and they are made of lymphatic cells. They protect the small intestines from infections because it's exposed directly to the outside, to the mouth and all that. They contain T and B cells, and they're located inside the small intestine in the layer, as you can see in the cartoon down. Tonsils and adenoids. These are also very important as they function almost as a first line of defense. They are located in the adenoids are located in the back of the nasal cavity, and the tonsils are located in the back of the mouth. So what they do is they trap viruses and bacteria when you swallow. So they're just a compound that traps, as you can see in the next picture where it's located. The first cavity, the cavity down is the mouth, and the opposite is the nasal cavity. There, the tonsils, and there are the adenoids. Whenever you swallow, something goes through there that's harmful, it gets caught there. Next are the lymph nodes. They have the very important job of filtering lymph. Lymph is a liquid that travels through the lymph network, and it has a very important job of transferring things between organs. Lymph nodes are very small, and they are located through the body. You can almost feel yours if you feel the neck. It feels like a little ball there. Or sometimes people have them inflamed in the armpits. The appendix has a very high quantity of lymphatic cells. Scientists still argue over its function because it doesn't have a very definite functions, although most likely it is to boost the immune system. It is located on the end of the large intestine, and it looks like a small tube coming out, as you can see described in the picture underneath. Sometimes pathogens get through the skin and in the body. When this happens, the immune system kicks in to make sure there's no harm done. Imagine this is a pathogen. When the pathogen enters the body, basophils release chemical signals. The signals attract white blood cells, like T cells, which engulf the pathogen to get rid of it. There are different types of white blood cells, like the basophil, which makes chemicals that cause inflammation in the bloodstream, the mast cell, which makes chemicals that cause inflammation in other body tissues, neutrophil, which engulfs the pathogen and foreign invaders, macrophage, which engulfs dead or damaged body cells and some bacteria, lymphocyte, destroys infected body cells or produces proteins that inactivate pathogens, and the eosinophil, which injects poisonous packets into the parasites. After the pathogen has been contained and it has been destroyed, more T cells arrive to destroy other infected cells. B cells arrive and they produce proteins that inactivate pathogens which haven't affected the body cell. There are complement proteins which weaken a pathogen's membrane and cause it to fill with water. There are antibodies which render pathogens ineffective by binding to them. There are interferons which stimulate uninfected cells to build up a defense to prevent infection. This can cause inflammation. The reason you don't get sick every time you come in contact with the pathogen is because of immunity. There is passive immunity, which occurs without the body going through an immune response and is passed through DNA. There's active immunity, which is when your body fights off a pathogen and has a reaction. And there's acquired immunity, that is memory of a pathogen that keeps you from getting sick from it again. It's like chickenpox. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned a lot. P.S. Sorry for the lack of artistic abilities.